when doing my research, I came across you had a pretty wild story, man, about a dude the same age as the baby infant chief guy,
Oh, little
Little
chipmunk.
Chipmunk.
Yeah, little chipmunk.
I was doing
That,
some research on him, and
that was the first person to terrorize me. He didn't terrorize me, but like that nigga used to press the fuck out of me, bro. Like every day. Like that was like coming out of my house trying to make it to school or make it to the store and back home. He was the nigga that I used to be worried about. Like it was like, oh shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? He was the nigga I was looking out for. Like everybody else was like cool, but it was just something about him and something he saw in me. But he wasn't like pressing me like on some enemy shit. Like now that I look back and I'm older, like now I realize like, oh, he really was like recruiting me on some homie shit. But for me, I was, I'm a young, square nigga. I wasn't into the street shit. I wasn't gang banging or nothing. I wasn't into no gang banging. I wasn't living no street life. I'm fresh back to LA, so you know what I mean? I was still like square, like, you know what I mean? All I know about is Bone Thugs and Harmony and Snoop Dogg and the Brat, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really know shit like that about gang banging or nothing, so this little gangsta ass nigga, same age as me, but this nigga carrying guns and dressed for bang the fuck out, big ass pants and shit. It was just like, you know what I mean? It was a culture shock for me at the time, like, you know what I mean? And then he ended up getting killed. It was crazy.
before we get to that, how did you end up living there?
I was born over there, actually. Like, my grandmother owned my grandmother owned had two houses on the street. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? My birthplace. But, growing up, mom's, she ended up getting married and getting her own job. So we ended up moving away. But through the years, we ended up moving back. Like, you know what I mean? So like that kind of thing. Like we moved away for years. And then when I was 12, we ended up moving back to LA.
And now, you're seeing this guy every day, and at one point you go to the swap meet, and then you end up hanging out with him?
That was the day, that was the last time I seen him. Like me and my Relly, we went to the Broadway swap meet this one particular day. We ended up going to the Broadway swap meet, and on the way back, we ended up running into these niggas at the shopping. It's like a shopping center, kind of like strip mall type of thing on the corner of Fig and on Fig and Manchester. So me and my cousin, we walking through, and they come out the Chinese food spot. They come up. Matter of fact, we was about to go get some Chinese food. Matter of fact, that's what we was doing. We crossed the thing. We was finna go get some egg rolls and shit. Like we finna go get some Chinese food. And they end up being in the fucking Chinese food spot. They come walking out. And oh God, they end up like, oh yeah, we'll do. So they like, come smoke some weed with us. Come smoke some weed. Like, we like, nah, we finna go over here, chill. We finna go fuck with some bitches. Like, nigga, we finna just smoke a blunt. Like, nigga, let's match a blunt. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Cause I'm really tired of like running from these, like, why the fuck I ain't y'all enemy? Like, you know what I mean? So me, I'm like, this was like, kind of after months of being like kind of chastised and shit. So I'm like, finally, like, I'm starting to get like, nigga, that, like, man, let's smoke some weed with these niggas. Like, you know what I mean? I'm starting to get like brave-hearted, like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, let's smoke some weed with these niggas. Like, so we go on the block, we go to smoke some weed with them. They start tripping. We end up fighting. Next thing I know, we just fighting. Like, me and my cousin, we fighting like five. We out here fighting. And something, but like, I remember like when my cousin was fighting, they end up telling Chipmunk, they told Chipmunk, they was like, get him, like get him groove. I remember I was hearing him like get him groove, get him. So he fired on me. Like little, like, he was little, he fired on me. Man, I must have turned around and kicked his ass. Like, I kicked his ass. I grabbed his hair. I ain't gonna lie, I pulled his hair. Like, he's that like little long hair shit. I pulled his hair. We was out there squabbling. Then like, you know what I mean? They start jumping us and shit. My cousin start running shit. I start running too. We ended up getting up out of there and shit. And it was just, you know what I mean? This shit was wild back then.
And then not too long after that, he ends up getting killed.
He ended up getting killed like 2 weeks later. Like 2 weeks after that, he ended up getting killed.
Damn. So he was like 12, right? 12 when this happened?
12.
What did you think, man?
I was 13. I think I just turned 13. I don't know if he turned 13 yet. I don't know. I think I was older than him. So I don't know if he 13. I was 13 when he got killed. I know that. I was 13 already. I had turned 13. That July, I turned 13. So I'm not sure if he was 12 or 13 already, but we was like the same age. I can't remember if I was older than him or he was older than me. But like we was real close. Like I'm talking about like months apart type shit. Yeah.
What did you think when you heard the news that he got killed?
That shit was crazy to me. That was the first person I ever met that got killed. Like that was the first, you know what I mean? The first young nigga that was my age that, you know what I mean? I had never knew nobody that got killed before. Like, I mean, like I had a lady that died in a car accident and shit like that, but like somebody that was actually like gunned down, a firearm, like it was like, oh shit. Like it was like, that was the first for me as a kid. Like it was like, oh shit. It just made, for me, I realized how mortal I was. You know what I mean? That was like my first real, my moment where I could remember like realizing like, damn, like I could really die out here. Like I could die, I could get killed. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it made the shit real to me. Like that was my first real street moment where I could say like, nigga, the streets really like hit home to me personally. Like now I'm officially dealing with street shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn. Like, you know.
I knew somebody that was, you know, similar, man. I went to school with him, junior high, and he was just always terrorizing everybody. You know what I'm saying? He was a blood dude.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but he was just like, he would just punt people. Like, people were scared of this dude because he just was, you know, he was just wild. Like, he'll just, you know, he'll fire on you for, if you play football with him and you tackled him wrong, he was going to sock you. Like, he was like one of those type of dudes, right?
Did he ever sock you?
No. We was cool. We was cool. And, you know, but I seen him, you know, I remember one time, man, I swear, he was like yelling at some dude because he owed him like 5 cents. Just in his face, just screaming at him. You know what I'm saying? Like extremely disrespectful type of shit, man.
Yeah. And
then I remember, you know, I came to school one day and it was like, yo, man, he got stabbed. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh shit. I guess he walked up on some dudes and was like, yo, man, can I have a drink of your 40? And they was like, nah, man, like, we don't know you, nah. So he pulled out his gun and was like, give me your 40. And so they gave him the 40, he turned his back to walk away, and they stabbed him in the back of the head.
Died over a 40.
Over a 40. But he was just, you know, that type of wild dude.
Crazy shit, man.
You know. But yeah, man, so.
Chimo, man, rest in peace to Chimo, though, man. I got a lot, like, I never forgot about him. Like, it was like, I feel like he instrumental. He was like, him pressing me the way he did was like, it was instrumental in me starting to know the streets and figuring out the streets and figuring out how to move. Cause like, that was like in my life, like before that, I was always just a kid. I didn't have no worries. It was like, you know what I mean? Just, I didn't have those worries. But when we moved back to LA and I started dealing with that, now I had to start figuring out the streets. Now I gotta like, you know what I mean? I gotta know, oh yeah, they be hanging down here. So they be hanging down here in the afternoon. So I'm gonna go around this way instead of coming down this street after school. I'm gonna come down this way and come up Fig or like, you know what I mean? I had to start figuring the streets out. And he was like the first, I never had them thoughts in my head before him pressing me like that. So it's like, you know what I mean? I give that to him for like, he kind of like kicked me off the porch in a sense. Like kind of like he kind of kicked me off the porch. Like, you know what I mean? It was crazy. But,
yeah, man. It's young. Well, you know, I came across this clip, man, and I remember you told this story years ago. What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.